Oh shit. Top of the morning, top of the morning. What's the big old deal, man? It's y'all favorite hood partner, Big Nina Boy, and we back with another early morning. Hey, catch this game, man. So it looks like Wack 100 have been lying, man. Everything he's been saying on these podcasts and all of this shit, man, the paperwork says something totally different. Shout out to my boy Brian Blake, man. He actually coming with that paperwork. I had to double back, man, because everybody been sending me content like, Nina, you might have had it all wrong, right? So what it turns out, Wack 100 is just drawing a narrative into the case. Into the trial. You see what I'm saying? We actually know now that he played a major role in using Dale Morrison to backdoor Big U. The wiretaps, all of this shit go hand in hand with everything Wack 100 been trying to do. We're gonna get to the content, and yeah, man, we're gonna open up them doors so y'all can see what's really going on. That being said, let's get it. Let's go.
What Wack is saying on the internet is from what the government is saying in the paperwork.
You don't like to talk about your guy, but you're missing some content not covering the content.
Which content?
Bro, 20,000 wiretaps?
All right, let's talk about that. So just today, it was released that the feds have 20,000 hours. No, 20,000 different wiretaps. Yeah.
And 60 gigs of evidence.
On Big U.
Outside of the... they wanted him because they could have stopped at 1,000 wiretaps. They could have stopped at 500. But what's even crazier...
Tell the truth. Yeah, you wanted him out. You see what I'm saying? They was looking for somebody. They needed to take down somebody, and you handed Big U to them dudes on a platter. You know you was probably a person of interest. And he said, I'm just the little guy. He's the big fella. Yeah, stop playing, bro. Stop playing, man. I'm starting to see, Wack, you starting to throw your rock and hide your hand, man. I'm starting to see straight through the bullshit. I can identify when you lying now because, you have certain patterns about yourself. Let's go.
How long do these wiretaps go back for? How many years?
Well, we understand the investigations on the rolling 60s and the Big U enterprise started in 2021. But this is where I think things get crazier. I'm hearing there's a bunch of rock.
Sorry, I just want to interrupt you real quick. So they basically said that what they call the Big U enterprise from at least 2010 until his arrest. So they've been watching this for 15 years.
They've been watching him? Well, you don't like to talk.
Now, of course, Wack has to sensationalize this because he wants everybody to believe that Big U is done. This is a great effort at poisoning the jury pool because Vlad, Adam, all of these different platforms that he goes on, they reach millions and millions of people around the world, but most definitely millions of people in the United States and certainly millions of people in the state of California where Big U's trial is likely to be held unless he gets a district change or something. So if people come into this thinking, man, this is a really bad guy, I've heard this and that about him. And some people don't have the sense to say, okay, y'all got 20,000 wiretaps, but what is on them? People just hear 20,000 wiretaps and like, oh, he's done. He must be a terrible guy. 20,000 wiretaps. When the truth is, it shouldn't take 20,000 wiretaps. It shouldn't take 500 wiretaps if he's doing what y'all saying he's doing. But it took so much because they had to go through so many different conversations just to find small pieces of the conversations and turn those small pieces into a story to fit their narrative. So since everybody has been running content on this 20,000 wiretaps, I felt like it would be a good time to address a recent document that has been put out. I want y'all to take a look at this. On March 27th of 2026, Big U filed a motion in limine, which was basically a motion to admit the complete recordings. He was invoking the rule of completeness, arguing that the government's allegations rely heavily on clandestine recorders and covert cameras, as demonstrated by the government's own warrant affidavits. In obtaining search and wiretap warrants in this case, the government's case agents have established a documented methodology of isolating inflammatory fragments from these recordings while omitting contemporaneous dialogue that materially alters and in many cases completely inverts the meaning of those fragments. So he's saying, hey, these guys listened to some of these wiretaps, took small phrases out of them, inflamed them in an incriminating way, and doctored up these affidavits and stuff to get search warrants and arrest warrants. The government would respond to this. In this response, the government would admit a few things. They would respond saying that the rule of completeness, Rule 106, requires only those portions that in fairness ought to be considered at the same time, not entire recordings. But they would also admit in the same paragraph, line 24, it says, moreover, the majority of quotes intercepted from calls or interactions, and certainly the most damning, were all included in the criminal complaint, indictment, and superseding indictment directly. So what they are saying is the most damning pieces of evidence that they got from these wiretaps on Big U was in the indictment. Now, when you look at the indictment and you see some of the stuff that's in here, it makes you wonder how strong this case really is. When you look at this indictment and you see stuff like this, in Overt Act 23, the government alleges that Big U explained his motivation for committing murders on behalf of the Big U enterprise, stating, what you guys see on the internet, y'all keep hearing other people who don't have nothing to talk about but sell. Let me explain something to you. If I would have had a problem with any man, color, creed, or kind, the issue would have been resolved and he wouldn't be here. And he goes on to say stuff like, nobody can stand against me, been in this as long.
So basically, man, freedom of speech. You know what I'm saying? Anybody can exercise their rights to freedom of speech. Yeah, man, we've been seeing a lot of, crazy shit like, damn, nigga, Big U, man, nigga, you said this, you said that. All right, we still got to let him have his just due in court. Hearsay. In hindsight, though, bro, when we looking down at this case, you literally could say what you want to say. You could call people busters and, man, nigga got smoke with me. Nigga, his mama had to stand over his coffin playing with me. That don't mean that he killed somebody. You know what I'm saying? Right now, the logistics of it is, they got him saying some harsh shit, right? But they still have not proved anything towards the murder or the plot. Now, what it's gonna boil down is Big U want to face his accusers, right? You see what I'm saying? I think, and this is a far-fetched, right? But I think this is why, we was thinking, is he gonna go pro per or he gonna go pro se, right? Because, I'm pretty sure he's gonna have some legal counsel. I'm thinking he gonna be able to, face his accusers and drop key points in his trial. But, if he get up there and he see that half these niggas is telling on him, nigga, he mad. He looking at it like shit, nigga. If you telling on me, I'm mad. What the fuck I look like that? And you niggas tell on me, and I know the truth. So it's looking like this to me. If Big U go down, he's taking a lot of niggas down with him. And see, this is where it's gonna get scary because at the end of the day, everybody just expecting Big U to just lean over and take that shit. You see what I'm saying? They want him to just take it. Everybody know that when you at the top of the game, everybody who's under you got to prove and earn their stake. You see what I'm saying? Niggas got to make their own, choices out there too. They got to build their own rank. They got to build their own, real estate on that blacktop, on that concrete. So he know a lot of niggas dirt. A lot of niggas did dirt and told him just for, not verification, but status. You know what I'm saying? When you at the top, nigga, you the one that's throwing out the status. So yeah, man, it's ugly as hell, bro. This shit's ugly because you know what I'm saying? Yeah, nigga, like, oh, nigga, nigga, what? Oh, you getting your bitch ass on up? Oh, that's how niggas gonna do it now? Oh, okay. All right. Tell about that time when and you look punk ass Chauncey. Yeah, nigga, you remember that nigga? I could just see that shit, nigga. Boy, listen. How did that look if nigga, you the top dog from your community, right? And then all these niggas get up here and start telling on you, and then they think they little crimes ain't shit. You see what I'm saying? But while you sitting there, you know what I'm saying, while you on that stand, nigga fuck around, ask you some shit that can incriminate yourself. And then you like, I don't think I know nothing about that though, man. I don't know nothing about that, man. And I enter some shit in evidence. What if the whole time, I honestly believe this too, even top dogs gotta have they gotta have an insurance policy. You see what I'm saying? Because they can't trust niggas. We've seen over and over and over and over. It's always the top dogs who go ahead and tell that they did all this dirt. But they also gotta have an insurance policy on certain people to make sure they keep their mouth closed. Let's go. Shout out to the 112 people here. Go ahead and hit that like button early in the morning, man. Let's get to the content. Y'all be on the lookout. Dale Morrison is finna start popping up really big in this case. A lot of Dale Morrison content is starting to flame up and come in. Right now, I was looking at some of the shit early this morning, man. It's a lot of hearsay in this motherfucker, man. We've been judging this whole trial. I mean, not even a trial, just this RICO off of, paperwork, but it doesn't really show big. They got a lot on Big U. It just shows allegations, specifically allegations, and this is all they really got, bro. They have not presented anything that's hardcore. Now they might got them on wire fraud and all that shit. But as far as the murder, the plot to kill, and all that shit, man, right now it's just hearsay. Let's go.
As I've been in this and still be who they are, like I'm who I am. But the important part to me is he says, and this wouldn't be so funny to me. Listen to this. Out of all this stuff they saying shows how violent and this explains him doing murders, he says in this same conversation, and this wouldn't be so funny to me. So this tells me that somewhere in this conversation, they were laughing about something. It was something that was brought up and he was laughing about it like, man, look, man, they laughing. But look, bro, at the same time, bro, yeah, that shit is funny as hell. But keeping it real, if I was really on that, man, I'd be on that. And it wouldn't be nobody that'd be able to stop me. But I ain't on that, bro. A situation like this wouldn't even be funny to me if I was really on that. I'd be out here tripping. That's basically what he was saying. But they took just the part where he said, I'd be out here tripping and said, ooh, well, see, that's why he do it. And I still don't get it. Y'all saying he explained his motivation. So you saying that his motivation is he want to be out here the longest? That's what you saying his motivation is? He want to be out here the longer than everybody? He want to be in the streets longer than everybody? That's only thing I could take from this. And that's a direct contradiction to everything that he do in the community. That's why I said it's funny, but the most important part to me is him saying this wouldn't be so funny to me. It tells you that they were talking about a laughing matter. This 20,000 wiretaps is nonsense. That's how many different wiretaps they had to get in.
But yeah, see that part, I don't know. I can't say that it's nonsense. Y'all gotta understand something, bro. A lot of people who's going, how much a Title III wiretap, you have to go get a subpoena for that, right? And once you go get for a Title III wiretap, you got to go prove that you have probable cause, right? First, they don't just give you 20,000 hours of wiretap, bro. They gotta at least probably within the first 24 to 48 hours, they got to see what are you recording? Because you invading this man's privacy. So they got to prove that this nigga is reckless. He's talking all type of shit on this wiretap, and we have probable cause to believe that it's more to come if we just keep this wiretap on him. You got to prove that within an X amount of time to show, like, look, this nigga reckless. Look how he nigga moving. Look how this nigga talking. So when I look at 20,000 hours of wiretap, that's like this nigga just singing like Jodeci, nigga. This nigga is running his mouth. He's dealing with so many people to the point where now, all right, we got this nigga talking on the phone. Who is this person? Oh, we don't know who this person is. Look this person up. Oh, wait a minute. This shit is good. Hell yeah. Damn, this nigga got a criminal enterprise. He talking niggas all the way in New York. And them niggas talking like that on the phone. All right, cool. All right, we got Chicago. Oh, we got New Jersey. Big U name is caught up all the way in New Jersey. You see what I'm saying? With what's that rapper name, man? Them niggas all took that Fed time. Big U was on that wiretap. Appreciate the super sticker. Yes, sir. Appreciate Tosh. But look, let me tell y'all something, right? Damn, what's that rapper name, man? What's the rapper name, y'all? What's the rapper name? Is it damn? What's that nigga? Damn, what's that nigga name, man? I'm trying. Is it Sir? He from 6-0. It's the rapper from he from 60s, man. Yeah, Sue Sir. He got caught up in that Rico. You see what I'm saying? So when we look at this shit, when you see 20,000 hours of a wiretap, you better believe that you're not wasting the federal government money with no 20,000 wiretaps, 60 gigs of information. Nigga, that mean that this nigga Big U have been talking recklessly, bro. He's been continually talking to people on the phone. TSU serve. Yeah. So, and you know, I'm not finna go look at that paperwork, try to go dig. I don't do that. I look at what's on the internet and I assess it and I have my own perspective about it. I'm not one of these niggas going to the courts. I ain't no 600 nigga. That to me, that's detective work. When you going to the courts and you pulling up paperwork and all that crazy ass shit, nigga, you have a personal interest in that shit. And me personally, I just don't have it like that. So, yeah, but I definitely got to disagree with that. But shout out to Byron Blake, man. Damn, this motherfucking coffee got me fucked up. Byron. Yeah, boy, let me tell you something. Don't you ever put no Hennessy in your coffee. I think I might be a little drunk. All right, let's get to this content, man. I'm tripping right now. Let's go. What that nigga say on life? Claude. All right, Byron Blake. There you go.
In order to come up with 40 or 50 different one-liners in order to make this dude look away. This case is not near as bad as people are making it sound, but the purpose of this video was to show y'all that the most damning, according to the government, this ain't me saying the most damning wiretap evidence that they have against Big U is the stuff that's in the indictment. Nowhere in that indictment does he confess to committing a murder. Nowhere in that indictment does he confess to extorting people. Nowhere in that indictment do they have a wiretap saying he confessed to killing Nipsey Hussle. All of these different narratives that people have been running with, on even with the check-in stuff. Nowhere in the indictment do they have language that says Big U was on the wiretap saying if they don't check in, we gonna do something to them. None of that. They are literally taking pieces of different conversations and piecing them. It's like those mashup videos you see where they make songs out of people's conversations. It's one of those types of things. I'm interested to see this case go all the way. I am, because I believe that it's not going to play out the way everybody thinks it will. But I ain't going to hold y'all too long. This is just another example of Wack sensationalizing things because he wants everybody to be walking around on eggshells thinking Big U is done. That's it. The 20,000 wiretaps is nonsense. They got them, but like they just said, the incriminating stuff is what you see in the indictment.
All right, so yeah, and shout out to my boy, man, Byron, man. That's his perspective. I personally believe that you're not gonna have 20,000 hours of wiretap and don't got shit on that motherfucker, boy, because you know that's you wasting government money, man. Hey, so you just sitting here wasting audio just recording this nigga talking about the stars, the sun, and the moon. Nah, we gotta wait and see everything they got on them. But I do think, you know, I like to listen to other people's perspective because, you know, I've seen a lot of Byron work. He dropped a lot of shit, right? And he got a lot of good insight. But don't mean we always going to see everything on eye to eye. You know what I'm saying? But I personally believe that if they got a Title III wiretap on you, that costs a lot of money, bro. That costs a lot of money. That costs the government a lot of fucking money. Y'all go look up a Title III, right? You can't just go get a Title III. You got to have proof, probable cause. He had to say something that's incriminating. He had to have some type of illegal, you know what I'm saying, conversations that's regarding reason of doubt to actually do it, right? So, yeah, man, we're going to leave it right there, man. We back on the Big U marathon. More content coming out about it. We getting close to it. I know everybody jumping ship, running from, you know, Big U to Draco to Offset and shit like that, man. But we gonna keep the main thing. So y'all stay tuned. We got more content coming on the way. Appreciate all the super chats. Appreciate all the support. Make sure y'all hit the like button. And yeah, man, I'm gonna see y'all on the next video. Let's get it. Let's go.